What's going on, guys? Let's discuss the spoilers, preview images, the leaks. There's some very interesting leaks you want to stay tuned for. Very interesting. Like, I don't know what they're going to do for the end of this call. It gives me a lot of hope as well as skepticism of what they're going to do or what direction they're going to go for. But we'll get to that later. First, let's go through the synopsis and let's have a look at the preview images. So this is spoiler talk for Bleach, The TYBW, episode 38, titled Friend. I really want to get to the leaks as quick as I can to discuss it because there's a lot to talk about. So first synopsis is, as the battle between Shinigami and Quincy's intensifies in various places, BAZZB, I swear, Google Translator, BAZZB appears before Hashfeld in a true world castle. A sort of battle between the two begins. They met as Buzz, I'm guessing I should say Baz, and Hugo, and continued honing their powers with the goal of becoming the strongest Quincy. When and where did the path diverge as their gazes meet what is reflected in each other's eyes? Yeah, so we can easily guess what's going to happen in this episode, or what's going to mainly consist of. Even according to the leaks, it's mainly BAZZB versus Jugram. Literally, the whole episode is between these two, which is quite surprising. So we're not going to see no Kira action, what's happening down below in Vondenreich or / Soul Society. So we're gonna see none of that, no Aizen or brief shot of Aizen on the throne or on the chair. So it's gonna mainly consist of BAZZB versus Jugram, the flashback, their story, their characters, which is much needed. It's been way overdue that we finally get to see and understand BAZZB and Jugram, probably some of the most important Quincy's there is in the show or in this arc. And this is where they sell these characters, because right now a lot of people are not persuaded by the Quincy's. A lot of people like the Quincy's. However, most fans, they prefer the Spiders, especially when I mean the Spiders, I think of mainly Grimjar and Ulquiorra, which comparably BAZZB is what Grimjar is and Jugram is what Ulquiorra is, if you had to compare them. So this is their time, this is their moment we finally resonate with these characters. I hope we connect with these characters emotionally, because we're going to get a lot of flashback between the two. Consider this whole episode between them two and their fight, their conflict between the two. It only happens 4 chapters in the manga. 4 chapters is not a lot for an episode. Last week, if I'm not mistaken, covered around 6 chapters. And what the leaks suggest is going to be a lot of new content additions or anime original scenes in this episode. That's all I wish for, that's all I hope, is that they make these characters super endearing and captivating to us. And these are the final Quincy members left for this arc. Let's go through the preview images. So we got BAZZB already blooded up. The guy's smirking, he's ready to scrap and throw these hands, or these fingers in this case. I always liked his bolt earring, I always found that cool. But this is literally perfectly animated from the manga panel. And you got Jugram looking majestic as ever. I swear in most people tier list, this guy's like top 3 most handsome characters in Bleach. Maybe you guys can tell me why. I can know why he has the L'Oreal hair. He has a line mane going on. But I think even with the female fans, they consider him as one of the best looking. You guys can correct me on this if I'm wrong. We have younger BAZZB, no mohawk going on. Different outfit. The Quincy crossbow looks cool. I don't recall that, but that is cool to see. And look at environments, by the way. Yes, this is the old Quincy Palace or the Quincy City. It's so nice to see natural colors going on again. It's been a while. Actually, not really. We have seen this in the Nanao and Kyoraku's flashback. It's gonna be so fascinating to finally see the architecture of the Quincy Palace, the Quincy Realm, the old Vondenreich with natural colors. Because every time we've seen the old Quincy areas or Quincy City, it's either nighttime in the Shadow Realm where it's dark, or more recently is the Ichibe scene, the Ichibe flashback, which was all monotone. It was all black and white, so we can't really tell or judge how it looks. Especially we only got one shot bird's eye view from far, so we've never seen what's the ins and out of the areas or the different areas of that palace. But this case, we'll see it in this episode finally, which is nice. I want to see this properly shown. It'd be very cool if we get this as a stage in the next Bleach Rebirth of Souls game, which I have no doubt we'll get a sequel for. In this image, we got young yuha. Interesting. There's 2 interesting facts I can see from here. The eyes. He has almighty. He has 3 pupils. If I'm not mistaken, I'll put a manga comparison. It's 2 pupils only. So here it looks like he has almighty accessible, which is odd. Another change is the eyebrows. He has eyebrows here. In the manga, he does not have it. People are saying it's the anime error or animation error. I don't think it is. I think it's intentional. I think the anime is trying to have some liberty here or change some things when it comes to character design, especially for Yuha or young Yuha. Because every time we see a young version of him, he has the eyebrows in anime, not in the manga. So I think that's just changes going for. We've seen a Blu-ray. If the Blu-ray fixes it, then maybe it's an animation error. If it's not, then it's intentional and that's the direction they're going for. I think it looks cool. I like the eyebrows. It gives a more distinct look from the older version of him. People are saying the eyebrows went to the mustache. when he got older. I think the eyebrow looks cool. It gives a Tenza Zangetsu vibes, even old Zangetsu vibes. I think it's intentional, but this is definitely the flashback for Jugram and BAZZB. And final one, we have young Jugram. Told you, man, this guy was gifted from the very start. He hit the gene pool very young. The guy was destined to have the most glorious hair. But here, he looks amazing. Like, look at the environments, the colors, the animation, the art style, the character design, the expression. It's actually stunning. Definitely did the manga justice here. Let's go through the animation stuff because this is very promising. This is one of the best stuff lists we had since probably Renji vs Uryu. But script, Masaki Ramatsu. Storyboard, Yasuaki Kurotsu, which I think his correct name is Toshiyuki Tsutoru. I don't know if that's pronounced right, but this individual is apparently very special and talented, so it's good that we have this person on board. Director Daiji Chen, good. Daiji Chen is going. Animation directors Seiko Uzawa, Tomoko Hayashi, Cindy H, Kazuo Takigawa. Chief animation director Kiyoshi Kumatsubara. Cindy H, I always see that name every now and then, and whenever this person's on, I'm sure it's a female. Hopefully I'm correct there. But whenever she's on an anime episode, it's always something special, always something very well animated. And she always contributes some amazing shots. Same with Daiji Chen. Daiji Chen is incredible. This person was heavily involved in Uryu vs Renji. And we got Daiji Chen and Cindy H on board together. We still need to wait for the key animation stuff or the full list. Toshiyuki Tsuru is very well renowned and very popular among the Sakuga people, so that's a very good sign that this person is part of the staff for this episode, and he's managing the storyboard, so we might be getting some crazy Sakuga. Let's hope. Tomoko Hayashi was animation director for episode 30, which is Ichigo vs Uryu. Ozawa was animation director and key animator for episode 33, Renji vs Uryu. Kazuo Takigawa was animation director for episode 33, which is the same, Renji vs Uryu. That's what I like to see. I'm liking this stuff already. Let's go through some leaks. I think this is what you guys are probably interested in most in. Are we finally gonna get horse Sama? We're actually gonna get the strongest horse in the Bleach verse. This is equivalent to Radan's horse, if you know Radan from Elden Ring. And look how much aura the horse has. The horse looks as menacing as Yuha. Hopefully this is animated. I don't know if this will be shown in an episode. I would like to believe it will. This is an amazing shot. This in the shadows, and this horse looks dangerous. Horse Sama, finally. Horse Sama versus Chair Sama. Who's the strongest character between the two? You guys tell me. Damn, the parallels do not miss. What's the difference between a king and his horse? Next episode title is going to be The Visible Answer, which is Bleach chapter 660. I think this is where we're going to see the interaction between Ichigo, Uryu, and I think Jugram. The flashback in this coming episode, which is Jugram and BAZZB's flashback, there's going to be a lot of new scenes. Apparently it's amazing with how much they added to the flashback. So by the end of this, I believe we're going to love these characters way more than the manga counterpart. Episode 38, the poem, is going to be Jugram. So the end of this episode is Jugram's poem. This episode will end here. This is the final manga panel for it. So it wraps up the fight between the two. And yes, that is correct. Jugram versus BAZZB, or Friend, the mini arc, is only going to last one episode. It's only going to be a 2-part episode, which we all assume will be the case. So we're going to get the start of this fight and the conclusion to this fight in one episode. Don't know how I feel about that. I'm still gonna wait and see how it's gonna play out, because not only we got the flashback to cover, but their fight as well. Because I really like the flashback, but I don't know if we need more scenes in the flashback. I would prefer the fight itself if they add more to the fight. But again, let's wait and see what they do. Let them cook, as they like to say. They proved me wrong so many times and impressed me a lot of times, a lot of occasions. Considering the stuff we have and what's going to happen and the added scenes, I think this is going to be an amazing episode. A lot of leakers have suggested it's much better than a manga, but as Friend or BAZZB vs Jugram is only one episode. What does that mean for the last 2 episodes next coming week? So episode 39 and 40, what the hell is going to happen? Literally, I'm confused what's going to happen. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I will go to my prediction what's going to happen after I go through all the rest of the leaks. So it's going to be 25 plus minutes in this episode, which is apparently the longest episode in the entirety of the TYBW arc. The longest episode. That is wild. So maybe we will get a good amount of action scenes and flashback scenes. It won't be too flashback heavy, which is nice. I think it's gonna be half-half. Has that ever happened before in an episode where they added more to it, added more time? Because I thought for broadcast or time slots, you're allocated a certain time. So this is a unique situation going on here. But I'll take it. I'll take more minutes. I'll happily accept that. Soundscape to All is going to play again. The OST, if you know about that soundtrack, it's the most emotionally captivating music in Bleach for me. So hearing this, I'll take it. I know they played this in Nanao vs Lillebarro, or Nanao's Kyoraku's flashback, should I say. But I'll happily hear that again. So yeah, that basically wraps up the leaks. I just want to add to 25 plus minutes is that yes, there will be opening and ending played, and there will be no recap whatsoever in this episode, so it's still going to be the longest episode in the whole arc. Now, you, me, all of us, let's discuss what you guys think, or what we all think is going to happen for the remaining last 2 episodes coming next week. I have my theory, so my prediction is maybe Soifon's going to have some sort of fights. It would be cool to have the work with Yorichi and have an exclusive anime scene where Soifon and Yorichi fights Asuka. That would be amazing. I don't think they work together in like forever. I don't think they ever worked together in anime besides a flashback. So having the 2 female ninjas fight Asuka would be amazing. The current captain and former captain of that squad. Although I do believe it's going to be Ikaku. Because remember, before Cour 3 ever started, the staff name dropped certain characters that's going to have a prevalent role in this coming arc or this core. And among those people, one of them was Ikaku. Everyone else has their moment already. They mentioned Uryu. We've seen Uryu. They mentioned jugram BAZZB. That's going to happen this episode, this coming episode. But one name drop that had everyone shocked and surprised was Ikaku Madarame, the Lieutenant Kapachi. He has yet to do anything yet. He has to fight someone. And this is my idea. I want him to fight Gerard Valkyrie, because they're both kind of similar in terms of being just dogfight. They just want to scrap, and I think it will make for some amazing choreography between them. We have to see Ikaku's bankai right, so there's no better person to use it against than Gerard Valkyrie. Also, if you don't know, Gerard's meant to be fighting right now in the manga, so while Panida and Lil Ball was fighting, Gerard's meant to be fighting not just one but multiple captains and multiple lieutenants at the same time. They cut that out for the anime. We haven't yet to see that. And I think they're going to change that heavily because in the manga, Renji is meant to be involved in the Shinigami fighting against Gerard. But as we know in anime, they changed it because the anime exclusive scene or anime original episode, Renji vs Uryu. Uryu literally one-shots him and basically incapacitates him. So now he's out of commission. He cannot fight. But in the manga, he is fighting Gerard, so it doesn't add up. Things are not aligning. So that's my prediction. The Gerard thing being cut. But instead, Gerald's going to fight someone else, and it's probably going to be Ikaku. Let's hope. That'd be amazing. But I do miss the manga where he's fighting everyone. I think that was kind of badass. But it wouldn't make any sense because Renji's in that fight. But in the anime, he's literally sleeping on the floor. You have to build something up for Gerald in his core. Other people are mentioning it's going to be Ichigo vs Uryu again. But I think we concluded that. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think the Uryu vs Ichigo we got earlier in this core, I think that was a conclusion to their rivalry. I don't mind if they fight again. I would take Uryu versus anyone, like I said last week. Because anytime Uryu fights someone, they go ham on animation. He has the best fights in this core easily. I think Uryu blasting a hole through Ichigo's chest. I mean, that's more than enough to wrap up that fight. I don't think they're going to do that again. But I might be wrong. Let's see what they do. People online also suggested they're going to tease or introduce Yorichi versus Asuka, which could be the case. But again, it's just very enticing. Like, what the hell are they going to do? What's funny about the last 2 episodes, it's never been shown in the opening. After BAZZB vs Jugram this coming Saturday this weekend, there's nothing else we can unravel or see from the opening. I know they just mentioned the ending is reversed, and it's reversed for a reason, but what's the reason? We have yet to see it. Maybe in the last 2 episodes we will finally understand their meaning or that meaning to that ending. So the opening is not going to give us any ideas or indication, unless it is and we missed it. But from what I can see, the opening is not spoiling anything for the last 2 episodes. So the last 2 episodes are going to be super blind for everyone. It's not being shown in trailers either. But I genuinely believe it's going to be Ikaku, but with what relevance, what role he's going to play. But that's my prediction, that's my theories. Let me know in the comments, or let's have a discussion and let's see what you guys think. But that wraps up the spoiler talk. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.